Hello everyone, I am Chickn16 and this is the first video that I've put out in a little while. Obviously not the first video I've made, but if you look, there's quite a few years of differences between this video and the other videos that are on this channel. That's not important. Sorry. Moving on. Yeah, this is a little update spacer video, that's helping me bide time between now and my next Genshin Impact pony that I'm making. It will be a female Hydro Catalyst. That doesn't narrow it down very much, but just letting you know. So yeah, this is going to be sort of a Q&A. I'm going to answer some questions, just explain some other things, get some basic information out of the way. I don't really have a plan or a script, so please bear with me. I'm trying something new out. And without further ado, let's just get into it. Alrighty, let's just get right into it. First question, do I do commissions? This is not one of the most commonly asked questions, but I definitely think it's one of the more important ones. And the answer to that is no, not at the moment. I'm working on trying to get commissions open, but unfortunately I haven't had any success with that yet. It's something I've always been really interested and wanted to try out. So they will be coming someday. I just can't give you any concrete idea as to when. When will I do Zhao? This is by far the most commonly asked question that I receive, and I get it, he's a super popular character. I have played through his story quest, I've done the Archon quest, I'm completely up to date all the way through Sumeru. However, that being said, I don't feel that I have a good enough grasp of understanding of his character that I could adequately portray him in pony form yet. And I know that sounds like super oh, whiny, whatever, just do it. But the other characters I've done, I feel like I'm able to capture the whole of their character, like not just what they look like, but who they are. You know, that's and I don't think I have that yet with Zhao. So I need to learn about him a little more, but he will be here, I promise. I can promise you that, but not yet. My apologies there. Here's another fun question. So some of you guys have been asking, my profile says amateur movie critic, when are the movie reviews coming? And to answer that, I say soon. This YouTube video will hopefully be the start of many more, and I've got a couple good ones planned up. I want to talk about James Bond. I want to talk about all the musicals I've seen, all of them. Those will be fun videos that you guys can be looking out for. And so yes, I'm getting there. Be patient. I pinky promise. Another good question, and this one just kind of made me laugh a little. It's cute. Do I have a spider sona? And yes, I have a couple of them. I'm going to make a post soonish, just kind of drawing them all out. You know, I'm not one of those people who has like an obscene amount of OCs. I honestly can't keep track of that many. Sorry. But I do have a couple little beloved spider sonas, and I'm hoping I'll be able to watch the movie again, and then, yeah, post them, because they're little guys. They deserve attention, you know? Fun question. I guess I used it to describe the last one. Oh, well, why Chickn16? Chickn16 is the username that I have gone by in every single online platform throughout my entire life. I'm talking IO games, every single social media platform, early TikTok, you know. It's very easy, you know, it's very simple, but it's not likely to be taken, so, you know, you don't end up with, like, a duplicate name. It's cute. I think it's cute. And I have chickens. I love chickens. Chickens are amazing. And I was, like, a kid when I first came up with it, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be quirky chicken, but no E, so it's quirky, and let's put some numbers at the end. 16. Oh, boom. Literally, just came up with it and just stuck to it since. Probably will stick to it in the future. I quite like it. I'm going to stop here for just a second and kind of talk about something a little bit different. More specifically, the videos that have attracted all of you fantastic people to me. The My Little Pony and Genshin Impact Reels that I have been creating. First off, I'd just like to say huge, and I cannot understate it. Huge thank you for all the support that you guys have given to me throughout this series. And I know I'm only like, I don't know, like 14 into it, and you guys are still just, everything you have to say is so kind and so lovely to hear. I'm genuinely thrilled every single time I read through the comments. And just a little bit of history on me. I was the unicorn kid in elementary school. I was the kid, I made myself a paper unicorn horn and ears, and that was my personality. A lot has changed since then, but I've been drawing like My Little Pony crossover art for as long as I can remember. You look back through some of my old notebooks. Oh yeah, that is a My Little Pony Han Solo right there. Yep. Look at that. He's got a horn and a blaster, and to see, like, if I told my childhood self that a My Little Pony crossover series that I had made would not only have taken off, but so many other people out there are enjoying it and wanting to create their own versions, and that I'm inspiring and maybe even creating a small community, I wouldn't have believed it. So honestly, thank you, each and every one of you. It means the world to me, and I cannot understate that. On a slightly different note, I'm going to talk a little bit about how I'm planning out this series to work, per se, because I kind of just made the Ganyu one just like, oh yeah, what the heck, it'd be cute, I didn't expect it to go anywhere, and then it did, and holy cow. So I wanted to create just a little bit of some sort of just kind of rough outline so I can follow to avoid getting burnt out, because I'm feeling honestly a little bit burnt out on it right now, which is unfortunate because they're really fun to make. So really, any form of guidelines or air quote rules will prevent me from getting burned out and basically make this series as sustainable as possible. Because I want to keep making Genshin ponies for you guys, and I want you guys to keep enjoying them. So the first thing I'd like to say is I'm going to try and do a healthy mix of characters that you guys have suggested and characters that I want to do, because I don't like every single character in Genshin Impact. No one has to. There's no requirements that says in order to play this game you must absolutely adore every single one. I like most of them, I'll just say that, but no, not all of them are my favorite. So I want to be able to do the characters that you guys want and also the characters that I want. That way, just to keep my motivation up, I'm not going to like drudge my feet and make the ones I don't like look bad. Obviously, I'm not a bad person, but that way you guys can keep receiving the best quality ponies at the best rate. Wow, I sound like a salesman. Ew. Anyways, I'm also going to try and not do too many characters of the same region and or element and or model back to back, just because then it gets a little consistent and a little honestly boring. Like, if I was like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna do Amber and Yoimiya and, Hu Tao, but I did her already. Like, I'd be like, okay, I'm kind of sick of these short female pyro characters. I need something new. At the same time, like, with my first batch, I ended up with quite a number of short males, all at once. And, yeah, just the more, like, diversity, with air quotes on it, I can have in that regard, the more fun they are to make. I don't like to do the same thing too many times in a row. And I feel if that happens, my characters end up looking quite a bit too similar, and I've actually had to redo a couple of them a few times just to try and get the best possible result, and I don't want to have to do that because it does waste quite a bit of time. So just to let you guys know, that's kind of the scheme, that's kind of the gist. In every single batch, I want to have at least one character of every single element, and there's 9 ponies in a batch and 7 elements, so that works out perfectly. Obviously, some repeats, So yeah, if you guys want to start like an underground betting ring of which character I will do next, go for it. Please don't actually. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to continue doing them in kind of groups of 9. Just because that way I can like do a couple and then rest for a little while. I'm going to try and do roughly 1 a week. Sometimes that'll be more than 1 in 1 week, and sometimes that'll be a little longer than a week between each of them, but just to be a bit more consistent. I'm on summer break, but that does not mean I have loads of free time. So just to help me like consistently do this, but not like, oh yeah, 1 horse a day, because I did that once and it was terrible. The quality went down. You guys might not be able to tell, but I can tell. And I obviously, like I said, I want to put out the best things for you guys. Another thing that I've been asked is, will I do the Honkai characters as ponies? And the answer to that is probably not, and not for the reason you might expect. I've started playing Honkai Star Rail. It's fun, whatever, it's cool. I like Genshin Impact better. That's just me. Feel free to disagree. But the Honkai characters don't have constellations. They have, I'm blanking on the word for them, but it's 6 pictures of their face, not a constellation. So I would have to, for every single character, design them a cutie mark, which I am not ready to do, because that would require so much more research into the character, and I don't like creating just superficial cutie marks that just kind of oh yeah, they look like this, it's perfect, that's part of the reason I started this series, is because all of the Genshin Impact characters basically already have a cutie mark built in. That's less work for me, and so I don't want to try that and then maybe completely get the character wrong. I haven't played Honkai Impact 3rd, so I don't really know that much about it. I'm not super invested in it, and I just don't want to do any of the characters a disservice, and yeah, it's a little more work than I'm ready to take on. Tailing on this, another question that I've got is, will I do NPCs, key being Signora, or the old version of Scaramouche before he became playable? And the answer to that is, I'm going to try and finish the 55 playable characters that I have not yet turned into ponies first, and then I'm going to do alternate skins. So, for Lisa, she's in my team. She's one of my favorites. You can tell by the level 90 and the fact that she could one-tap Hydro Slimes. But yeah, I want to give her alternate skin, put that in pony form. And that would have to be a side project, but I would do that. Or, yeah, turn Signora into playable characters, especially as more of the Fatui are released and stuff. Even some of the, enemies, some of them are kind of fine, but you didn't hear that from me. And I think it would be very interesting to see how they look as ponies. So yes, that is something that I will definitely be doing, but probably not for a little while. And yeah, especially for the Archons, I'm really interested in doing their Archon appearance, specifically Zhongli's because his is divine, but also Venti's because it's completely unique, and I have a couple special traits that I want to give his playable pony version, So, but you guys will have to wait. You guys will have to wait and see until that video comes out. Shh. But yeah. So, just to let you know, that is something that will happen, but I can't tell you when. This is probably not a very good Q&A video. Oh well. The last thing I have to say about this, and I've gotten a couple DMs on Instagram, just not necessarily asking about it, but can you explain this? That is asking about it. My brain works. Anyways, is how I decide whether the character is going to be an Earth Pony, a Unicorn, or a Pegasus. I have a very clear set of rules that I'm following for this, and so I want to, well, not very clear, but a set of rules that I'm following for this, and I want to lay that out for you guys so you can at least understand my thought process. Let's just start with the obvious. Alicorns, for those who haven't seen My Little Pony, are the ones with the unicorn horns and the Pegasus wings, are the Archons, and they're basically the gods in My Little Pony universe, so they're the gods in this universe. 1-to-1. That makes perfect sense. For the rest of the characters, whether they have wings or a horn is not based on their powers, which is what a lot of people have been saying, because if I did this, then every single Animo character would be a Pegasi, and every single Catalyst would be a Unicorn, and every single Earth Pony or Geo character would be an Earth Pony, and it doesn't make sense for a majority of the characters, because Klee is not a Unicorn, and Ningguang is not an Earth Pony. It's I have that based purely on personality and nothing on how their actual gameplay or power or any of that stuff in game is based. Because the aspect of having wings or horn or being a horse is unique to My Little Pony and not to Genshin Impact, I'm drawing the majority of the inspiration from how those traits are assigned to characters in the My Little Pony universe. For example, the unicorns are the more whimsical characters. They value intelligence and beauty, and they're very serene and wise if we just take a look at the examples that are present in the My Little Pony show. So the Genshin Impact characters that I'm showing as unicorns are, that's Alhaitham, that's Xingqiu, that's Lisa. All these characters are very magical or intelligent. They're, in Xingqiu's case, he's a nerd. The Pegasi, they're very true to themselves. They are unique. Obviously, they're more associated with being kind of like rambunctious and wild. That's why Bennett is a Pegasi and Klee. And finally, the Earth Ponies. These are the hard workers. These are the characters who have more or less built themselves from the ground up. Yeah. So I kind of have like a rough idea going for all of that, and it will become clear as I make more videos, or more My Little Ponies. Please stay tuned for that, and subscribe on here to see more videos of me goofing off and talking like people are going to listen. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a fantastic summer break. Thank you!